So you want to be more eco-conscious, and you've heard that banana water can really help your plants. It seems banana water has taken the internet by storm over the last couple of years, with claims that it can really give your plants a boost. But is it true? Or are we just being duped by another plant trend? Okay, well, let's start with the basics. What is banana water? Well, it really is as simple as it sounds. There's no tricks or gimmicks or anything added to it. It's just taking your banana peels, cutting them up and adding them into the water. And you leave it overnight, and the nutrients then supposedly seep into the water for giving you that banana watery goodness. And then of course you just water your plants with this infused type of mixture, this liquid. But the question for me really is, does it really work? Now, there are some people out there that swear by banana water, particularly on social media, claiming that it's absolutely packed with potassium. And that technically is true. You know, potassium is an amazing product for plants. It is like almost the super nutrient of plants in a way. In fact, it actually plays several essential roles in plant health and plant growth. For example, it can help reduce stress, it can strengthen plant walls, it's good for flowering and photosynthesis, it's got all of these different things. I'll add more in the comments below. But potassium is an amazing nutrient for plants. In fact, it's one of the most prominent pieces in fertilizer. It's NPK. Potassium is the K in all your fertilizers. And that's why people believe that banana or banana water is good for your plants. I mean, it actually sounds like a miracle cure, right? Banana has potassium, you put potassium into the water and you water your plants with it. But the question you need to ask is, how much of the nutrients comes out of that banana water, and how much of those nutrients in that water is actually taken up by the plant? Or more to the point, is able to be taken up by the plant. So here's the thing where it gets interesting to me. If you Google banana water and you try and find the scientific backing behind it, there's not a lot. You've got people that swear by it, but in terms of scientific facts of studies and things, there's not really a lot out there that shows that banana water is a proven method to feed your plants. So while bananas are definitely nutritious and quite yummy, I love them, my dogs love them, breaking down those nutrients into a form that plants can absorb, well, actually, that's quite debatable. When we soak the banana peels in water, look, some potassium might definitely leak out, but the amount that comes out of that water is debatable. And perhaps there's actually more harm than good because a lot of sugar comes out with that potassium. But look, if you want to try banana water and try it for yourself, because you might want to see if it works for you or not. Some people say they love it, some people say they don't. Here's how you make banana water, but let's go to the kitchen for this one. You only need a few banana peels and a big jar, or one just massive kind of banana like this one. Firstly, just cut up your banana peels and put them into the jar. The cut up banana peels will just give a better surface to volume ratio, if you remember maths from high school, and it will help them infuse into the water a little bit better. You only need a small amount of banana peels. For this jar, which is about 1 litre, I only put 1 banana peel in, and then I just cover the whole lot with water. I put a lid on it, and then I let it sit for 24 hours. You can go up to 48 hours, but not too long, because the water will start to ferment and go bad. After that, you just want to strain out all of the peels and keep the banana water, and that's it. There's nothing else to it. There's no additives. It's just your banana peels and water over time. And as you can see, this is one I made yesterday. I haven't yet strained all the peels out, but you can already see that the water is very gloopy and thick, and that's only just overnight for less than 24 hours actually. So now I'm going to strain this, and I'm going to use the leftover water, and we'll come back and we'll see what that looks like. And as you can see, here is the strained version. Again, really milky kind of substance. And you still throw the banana peels away. You don't necessarily just diffuse them down to nothing. So you can reuse the banana peels, but you still got to compost them in some way, shape or form. And remember, a little bit of this goes a long way. It's got potassium in it, but it's very sugary. So just be careful using it. Right, so now that you've made your banana water, the question is, which plants can you use your banana water on while still being a little bit safe? And you don't want to use this on plants that are quite susceptible to fertilizer burn. So you want to put it on more plants that are a little bit more hardy than not. For example, you can use them on monsteras. Monsteras get quite big, right? And so they could use a little bit of extra resilience. So extra potassium coming from that water, how much ever there is in that water, could help your monstera to help strengthen the plant roots, the plant stems, the green in the leaves. Other plants that like an extra boost, again, a little bit quite hardy, things like philodendrons, they have a lot of green in their leaves usually, snake plants, pothos, even things like fiddle leaf figs and peace lilies. Peace lilies love a lot of water and they like a lot of nutrients as well. And particularly if potassium does help with flowering and fruiting, it may help your peace lily flower a little bit more, if you've got enough bright light, remember that. However, you do want to avoid it on plants that are more susceptible to fertilizer burn. So those plants that you water down the fertilizer a little bit, think of those type of plants. Things like succulents and cacti, they really don't like extra fertilizer. So think think of those plants that you're a little bit extra careful with when it comes to fertilizer burn. You're a little bit worried. Maybe your smaller plants as well don't need that extra fertilizer. You want a nice, soft fertilizer mix for those plants, especially small plants. So big, hardy, sturdy, stress resilient type plants, go for it. But if it was my recommendation, I would absolutely avoid them on the more softer, gentler plants. Okay, if you are going to use banana water, there are a couple of things you need to be aware of. Don't make these mistakes. There's two mistakes, big ones really. One is don't let it infuse too long. It's not going to do much difference in terms of how much can be taken up by the plant. And if you infuse it for too long, it can start smelling and attract pests. 24 to 48 hours max, I would do it. I usually, if I do banana water, if I feel like I want to use the extra banana pills that I have, I'll infuse it for no more than 24 hours. And the one that I have done is 24 hours, and you can see the mixture is already very gluggy and thick already, only after 24. So no more than that. The other thing you need to watch out for is, again, because of all the sugar that has gone in the water, if you are susceptible to fungus gnats, which are the most annoying little flies that fly around your plant dirt, plant soil, if you're susceptible to gnats, the banana water with all of that extra sugar will actually attract even more pests to your plant. So again, if you don't like fungus gnats or you have a bit of an issue with fungus gnats, I would honestly avoid, my recommendation is honestly avoid banana water for your plants, because it's just adding extra sugar as well as potassium to your plant water as well. And look, if you are skeptical about banana water and you don't want to use it, there are other methods out there. In fact, something like a compost tea will actually work better for your plants because it's a little bit more balanced and easier for the plant to take up. And of course, for me, I would probably just recommend getting a really good fertilizer brand. There's plenty out there. I really love a brand called GT Technology. I use all of their products. You will have seen them in my previous videos. Or there's an Australian brand here around Power Feed that has extra seaweed kind of solution in it, and that's quite beautiful as well. So there's plenty out there, and using a good quality, high impact fertilizer is easier for your plant to uptake all of the nutrients, and it's safer, and it's backed by a little bit of science and regulation and, tried and tested and true. So the question of this video really is, does banana water work? Is it worth trying, or does it do more harm than good? Well, my take on that is, if you do it in the right way, you don't infuse it for too long, you don't use it very often, once every month is maximum, probably better once every 2 months, and you don't have problem with fungus gnats, then it won't do any harm to your plants. If you use it too much, you use it too often, you attract too many pests, then it will harm your plants. So really it's up to you. But ultimately, if you've got extra banana peels and you want to do it from an eco-conscious factor, a DIY factor, and it brings you a little bit of joy, I'm not going to stop you. Go for it. I think that's beautiful. Go for it. But for me, I would rather use something that's a little bit more fact-based, that I can see that is working, and I'm going to stick with my fertilizers that are more balanced and well worth it, and I can see the results in my plants pretty much straight away over a couple of weeks. Look, banana water can be fun and trendy. If you want, go for it, but I don't think it's the miracle that everyone's claiming it to be. That's my opinion. So look, have you tried banana water? Has it worked for you? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you absolutely swear by it, or perhaps there's another little tip or eco-conscious tip that you can share with the community that you swear by, something a little bit different. Maybe organic tea has worked for you better. Share it in the comments below and let the audience know, and me know, and maybe there's some more tips that I can learn and try. And of course, while you're there in the comments, please don't forget to give this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe to this channel. And by the way, welcome to the end of the video club. If you've made it here, it means you're my favorite person of the day, so thank you very much for sticking around. And if you don't mind doing me a favor, just add a weird kind of emoji in the comments below. I want to see the people that actually stay to the end, and let's see if we can start a little bit of an emoji weirdness thing happening in the comments below, so other people have no idea what's going on, but we all know. And if you want more tips and tricks on how to help your plants grow, particularly perhaps grow them faster than they are now, I have a whole video with some tips and tricks on that right here, so go and watch that video next. As always, thank you for joining me. Hope your week is full of leaves, love, and lots of laughter. I'll see you in the next one. The more the more softer, gentler plants. I swear I get one tongue twister in almost every video.